Pink Ladies. I'm back. It's been a little bit, but it's usually, I think I try to do these on Mondays anyway, so it worked out that this Monday was a good time to do the episode. So I've had a pretty good day off. It was kind of a sweats and t-shirt kind of day. It's cool outside, so it's feeling more like fall, and y'all know me, I'm enjoying it with that fall weather that we've been having. So I came across a song on YouTube. It's I Choose Me, and I was just like, wow. I listened to a little bit of it, and what I listened to, I was like, yeah, that's a really good song. So I think I'm gonna start us out with that this afternoon. It is afternoon this time. It's like 2:15, but I've been busy doing some housework and that, trying to get caught up on some stuff and laundry and whatnot. And y'all already know me with my back and feet and stuff like that. I take a lot of breaks. But I'm really proud of what I've gotten accomplished today. It's been one of those days where I'm like, yeah, I'm really proud of myself for what I've gotten done today. So I'm pretty happy about that. And made homemade chili yesterday in the crock pot, and so I got that taken out of the fridge this morning and, got it plugged back up so we can have some more chili this evening. So, because it turned out really delicious and good. So, but anyway, I guess I'll get busy talking and everything, and get y'all updated on some stuff and just speak my mind like I usually do. So, but before that, I'm going to go ahead and play this song. I think y'all are really going to like it. So, like I said, I listened to about half of it, and I was like, wow, this is like a really good song, and it really hits home, and I think it's going to touch a lot of you guys out there and really get to your soul today. So, anyway, I'll go ahead and play the song, and then we'll get started. me make my way back over here, ladies. Oh, goodness. Get myself situated back up here again. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I came across that song and I was like, that's really pretty. She's got a good voice, and just the lyrics I think can hit home for a lot of us. So, and I think a lot of times we as women do put everybody else before ourselves. I mean, it's just something that you do, and you know, the animals that are like the kids, and your husband and your kids or stepkids, and just you kind of sometimes put yourself on the back burner. And listening to that song, I was like, yeah, because I mean, you have to take that time for yourself too. And I'm learning that more and more, to take that break, take that time for me. And I think that it does help you. And I think it's good for your overall health to be able to do that. So, for a lot of y'all that listened to the last episode, y'all know that I was pretty stressed and nervous because my hearing was last Tuesday. I feel like it went well, but I won't know anything for a while. The judge rarely makes a bench decision on the disability like right then and there. But I had a lot of medical documentation and things from my doctor's office, from my different doctors, from, you know, my doctor that's been my family doctor forever now, plus my neurologist and the rheumatologist and stuff like that. So there was all the visits and all the things that I've done. It's been documented. So I'm still hoping and praying, you know, and just thinking about that. I guess with my anxiety disorder too, on top of everything else, I've been kind of sitting there and I'll think about it, and I'm trying to put it out of my mind and just, excuse me, I'm trying to just pray and just have faith in God and my lawyer and my team. That's the most simple thing to do, is to just put it out of your mind and just wait and be patient and just not think about it. But when you've got anxiety disorder, even when you do have strong faith and you want to believe and you want to think everything's going to go in your favor, you still have that gnawing at you, that anxiousness, that nervousness. Did I do this right? Did I say that right? I've replayed it in my head. Answers. Did I answer that right? Did I do that right? Was I too nervous? Did I stumble through that? Did I not do it right? And so I've just been kind of replaying a lot of that. And like I said, when I do hear something, prayers, and y'all still be praying for me as hard as you can. But when I do hear something, I will let you guys know. It's either going to be good news that I've been waiting for, or it's going to be, what's the next avenue, and let's keep fighting. But I'm hoping and praying this is the end of it and that it's in my favor. So like I said, y'all just keep praying for me about that. And I guess I'll just move on to over the weekend. We did have a really good weekend, and as I got further from Tuesday, I have been able to keep it further from my thoughts, but it's still there. Like, there's times I still will get moments where I think about what the outcome's going to be, and I guess that's just human nature, and you're nervous and you're curious and you're anxious for the decision, but it's not a quick decision. So as much as I would love for it to be a quick decision and let's get this thing going, but anyway, we did have a really good weekend. The weather has been amazing. It actually feels like fall now, and I'm happy about that because y'all already know I love fall. So, I actually got to wear my sweatshirt yesterday, Sunday. I was like, "Oh, this feels nice out here today." But my husband and I do try to go to church as much as we can, but we do miss some. We decided with everything, and we both had a really busy week. My husband actually worked Friday. They usually work Monday through Thursday in 10-hour days, so he gets 40 hours in those 4 days. So, and then he's off Fridays. But the maintenance crew asked him if he wanted to come in and get some overtime and work with them. So Friday he actually worked over 10 hours because they were busy over at the new building where Teardown is going to move. So they had a lot of work, and it was a really busy day. So he got a lot of good time and a half. So that was a good thing and a blessing. But he was really tired too, and I was just really tired from going through everything Tuesday. And like I said, it's been on my mind. So, and then because I was off Tuesday for my hearing, my whole week was kind of laid out more different than what it usually is that I work. And I only work 10 hours a week. Y'all already know that too. I just have the one little client that I go to. And it's 2 3-hour days and 1 4-hour day. But because I was off Tuesday, my whole week was kind of thrown off, because what I did was I went back and worked Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so 3 in a row, and I'm not used to that. I'm actually used to working Tuesday, Wednesday, being off again on Thursday, and then working Friday. So, yeah, my week was kind of crazy, and I was really tired too. So, and I know y'all have all been there before where you're just tired and you've had a week you're not used to, or it's just your schedule's changed and you're just off that week. But so we were both pretty tired, and it was just me and my husband this weekend. We had my stepson Gabe last weekend. So we relaxed a lot, but we did go do some things. Saturday we drove over to Greenbrier to my favorite flea market, and I got some more of my, I'll show it to you guys, some more of my cream that I like, Essential Cream Supreme, and it's good for pain relief, and it does really work. It's got a lot of stuff in it for pain relief, including frankincense, and I've heard that that's been like a major thing that's for pain. So, but I got us another jar of that. I use that quite a bit on my feet, my heels, because as y'all know, I've talked about that before, that I'm having some more issues with my feet and them hurting. So, and my foot doctor appointment, y'all, is not until December the 8th. So that I'm counting down for that too. And with everything going on with the hearing, with everything, I ended up canceling my rheumatologist appointment last week because there was no way to squeeze that into doing everything else and then having to work those 3 days in a row. So I told them I would call them, and hopefully January after the holidays I'd go ahead and come back in for that follow-up, because it was like a 6-month or something. I've seen her twice now. My neurologist, I had to cancel that because I didn't realize that what day that it was, and it was on a Tuesday, and I usually work Tuesdays, which would be tomorrow. So I'm like, I can't do that. So I ended up rescheduling for November, and I just put in for that day off. And I tried for like next week because I'm off for the week of Halloween. I had put that in because I just wanted a little time off to just take some breaths and get some things caught up here. And then Sean, my husband, works for the Joy Volunteer Fire Department, and they're going to do a big trunk or treat on Thursday next week. So we wanted to dress up and do that, and thought, well, that'd be kind of fun to do. And they're going to have bounce houses for the kids and all these different activities and door prizes, and we're going to go and participate in that at his station. So we have that coming up. So I just wasn't thinking about the appointment situation, but like I said, I've got that rescheduled because the follow-up with my neurologist is pretty important, because I know he's going to want to go over the MRI stuff, which the MRI was showing the lumbago and the sciatica on the right side and all that. It's all caused and due to the fact that I have scoliosis and the curvatures, that just the way that my spine grew, base of my neck, and then my lower back. So that's, as I've gotten older, that's what's caused a lot of chronic pain and issues for me, and lumbago and sciatica set in due to the way that my back grew. So I'm having all those issues. So my phone's ringing. Spam risk. So I'll just hang that up. I don't like them spammy calls. I'm sure y'all can relate to that too. But, and that's my knee pillow up there. I put that between my knees at night. So I usually take that off the headboard before my show. But anyway. And here's Bella. I'm going to see if she'll come over here with me. I'm kind of needing my bells today. Come over here, Bell Bell. You lay down by Mama. So, but it's been a good day. It was a good weekend. Like I said, okay, I talked about Saturday and where we went. Sunday, like I said, we usually try not to miss too much church, but there's times when we decide to stay home, and we had just been so tired from our week, and like I said, my hearing, other stuff going on, it was a long week. Sean had a longer week with overtime, and so Sunday we decided we were just going to stay home, and we took us a nice drive, and we went up to Heber Springs, where we live pretty close to Heber, and we went out to a little place called Collins Creek, and it's so pretty. It's always flowing. There's always waterfalls because it's piped in directly from Greer's Ferry Lake, so it never dries up. There's constantly water flowing through Collins Creek, and it's just really pretty. So we kind of went out there and took some pictures and that. There's places Sean kind of climbed and hiked up to where I couldn't go. I'm just not physically able to do that. But I was able to, get down there, the easy little trail to get down to the actual creek part and kind of sit down. I found me a pretty rock to sit on, and we just both took a lot of pictures, and I needed to get groceries, so then we went and got groceries and came home, and I made homemade chili and that. So we both had plenty of time to relax too, and I think that's so important for you to have that time to relax and kind of decompress and de-stress, especially when you've got a lot going on. And like I said, just waiting for this, and I hope I don't have to wait long for an answer, and I'm praying. But at least I got the hearing done, and well, like I said, yesterday I made the chili, and we just kind of relaxed, and I think Sean took him a nap in our pod room for a little while. We kind of rearranged, or he rearranged the room and put, it was kind of my idea though, but I was like, let's use this love seat that's in here, that we moved in here, because that would be better for my back. The little rolling chair he had for me killed my back when we would try to do our Paranormal Adventures episode. So, and I just did not like it at all. It was very uncomfortable. And I was like, why don't we, to have a more homey effect, when we're doing our paranormal adventures episode, it'd be really comfortable, it would just be like down home, and so he's like, that's actually a good idea. And he got a free desk from somebody that didn't want it anymore. It's like a really long table desk. So he's got all of our pod stuff set up, the microphones, everything, and he's got the love seat set up so that we can kind of sit there and relax. And we did our episode last night, so y'all can check that out on YouTube as well. But also, if you don't want to see our video, because he does both, just the podcast itself, just listening to us, like if you just want to put in earbuds and listen to our podcast, it's Paranormal Adventures, and he's got that on iHeartRadio and Podbean, I think Spotify, and then he does our Paranormal Adventures VODs, which is the video, and it's on YouTube, which a lot of times I will post that on Facebook and it'll be in the news feed, so y'all can just click on it and it'll go straight to YouTube. But so we filmed last night and recorded, and we did our episode on the history of Halloween. So y'all have to check that out on our latest episode. So we did that yesterday evening, and then after we did that, we had a good bowl of homemade chili in that. So I've got a cute little Chiweenie laying right next to me. Her name is Bella Rose. So, but anyway, so that's kind of what we did over the weekend. Like I said, we were able to go do some things as well as just kind of get out of the house, and I needed that too, because I've just been kind of just anxious, and like I said, I still go over it in my head. Okay, did I say that right during the hearing? When I got asked this, was that the right thing to do? My lawyer kind of threw a loop at me because I didn't know he was going to ask this one question, and I was not prepared for that one, and I stumbled over it because he had called me Friday before the hearing on Tuesday. Excuse me. I left my cup with my Coke Zero in it downstairs, and my throat's getting dry, but y'all just bear with me. So he kind of threw a loop at me, and I was like, this wasn't what we kind of discussed. We discussed this other stuff, and I had wrote down like how my anxiety, some of the symptoms, how I feel each day, my diabetes, how I feel, how that makes me feel, what I've got to deal with on a daily basis with that, as well as my chronic pain. And so I had all my papers around me, I had all my notes, everything was right in front of me, and I barely had to use those. I was just like, and then he asked me that, and I was like, we didn't discuss this. I thought you were going to talk, and he did talk about my foot. He asked me about what was going on with my foot and the issues I was having with it, so I answered that question, and about the swelling and it getting hard to get around some from the foot pain. So I went through all of that, so that was a good thing. But when he asked that one question, that just threw a loop in the whole thing, and I'm just like, it kind of made me stumble some and made me question myself, like, did I answer things right? Did I stumble through that too bad? But I know the judge, he was really nice, and I know the judge has all of my medical file right there. I mean, he's got it all, so I mean, can't fault that. I mean, I know he's got the information in front of him, so like I said, I just hope I did good. I guess it's human nature too to be nervous and anxious when you're going through something like that, and you're really hoping that outcome's going to be the right one in your favor, because you've been fighting this and you know how much it's going to help, yourself and your family financially. when you can't work full time anymore and you're just like, oh, please, please, please let this happen, let this get approved, you just, you can tell even now I'm just like, oh, and I'm just praying. But like I said, I've tried to do some relaxation stuff and spend time with my babies, all my dogs, and spend time with them and just kind of keep my mind off of it. As hard as it is, I'm trying to just push it back, and not think about it until we hear the outcome, my lawyer and myself, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully it'll be good and that'll be the end of it. If it's not, and I've told y'all this before in the other episodes, I will continue to fight it for as long, whatever it takes. I've got my foot doctor coming up in December, so if we've got to push through and keep fighting or appeal it, do the appeal and go to another hearing, whatever it takes, then I'll have the medical documentation. I'm to the point I don't even care if I've got to go to my main doctor and be like, I need this wrote down because you know how much I'm in pain. Write it down that I can't do any more than what I'm doing, and just get that sent in to them too. But like I said, I do have a lot of medical documentation. My doctor's filled out 2 big forms like twice and has it all wrote out, and like all of my visits, the x-rays, the MRI results, everything, labs, they have it all. They've got all that medical documentation. So prayers, it's all I can do. We've done all we could do, so now it's just, and I keep praying about it and I keep talking to God about it every day, and I'm just like, Lord, help me just to keep it out of my mind and give it to you and just put it in your hands, and just praying that the judge makes the decision in my favor, and we'll just go from there. So trying to think what else I want to talk about, because that was pretty much it as far as I just wanted to update you guys on Tuesday and kind of my feelings and thoughts on that. I might pull up our page on Facebook and read some of our good Pink Ladies stuff that I put on here, because I want this to be, for you guys too, and us talking about the things that we can relate to each other about as women. So let's see, I need to pull up our Pink Ladies Club. And of course, I always put things like this usually in the mornings too. Like, I'll say good morning to y'all or good night, just if I'm up scrolling. And a lot of this I should really take to heart for my own self too, but I read this and I hope that you women can relate to some of these, and that you guys can take a lot of this to heart too for your own daily lives and daily struggles and issues that you're dealing with as well. But it says, today I choose calm over chaos, serenity over stress, peace over perfection, grace over grit, and faith over fear. I definitely need to take that to heart and do that as well. I'm going to read this to y'all because it's very pretty. And I saw this. It's from Serendipity Corner is the one that posted it on Facebook. And it says, in moments when darkness surrounds you and companionship feels scarce, hold on to the belief that you are never truly alone. Embracing periods of silence and self-reflection can illuminate your path once more. You have not been forsaken. Rather, you have been granted the opportunity to reconnect with your true self. Use this time to nurture your spirit and explore the depths of your being, for within you lie the answers you seek. These insights will not stem from others' opinions, but will emerge from your own heart. As you journey back to your essence, you will rise, renewed, radiating strength, confidence, and resilience. Time alone in the dark can often lead us back into the light. I just thought that was really pretty, so I wanted to share that with y'all, and it's kind of a pretty little picture too. I thought that was real pretty. Try to keep it from glaring. Okay, I got another one for y'all. A big part of being happy is being excited. Be excited for everything. Making a cup of tea, seeing a friend, the next episode of your favorite show, buying something you've been saving up for, sunsets, traveling, falling in love. Live a life you are excited about. So I thought I would share some of those. One more and then I'll move on. But again, this is from our Pink Ladies Club page, and it is on Facebook. So those of you that are watching it, y'all can join our Pink Ladies Club on there. And I do make these little posts on there, just in our little feed on our page. So we talked about this, and breaks are good. And some of us, breaks are a necessity when you hurt. So breaks aren't a nice to have luxury. They're a biological necessity. Your brain works better if it's given time to decompress. Honoring your breaks lowers your stress in the short term and can fuel your productivity in the long term. So hopefully that's some really good things that we can all take to heart. So, but like I said, I think it's been a pretty good weekend, and going into this new week, I'm feeling pretty good. I've been praying. I don't know if I told you guys this, but Tuesday, in preparation for my hearing, and I was pretty nervous, obviously. I've never done anything like that before, or been part of a disability hearing, anything like that. I didn't know what to expect except for what my lawyer told me, and I got out my Bible app and I decided, and I found a lot of good verses. What I'm doing is, Psalms has always been one of my favorite books in the Bible. So I'm starting at the very beginning of Psalms, and I'm going to work my way through all 150 of those verses in Psalms. And so I've been pretty proud of myself for doing that, and I've gotten pretty far so far, just reading them here and there, and I found a lot of great verses in Psalms that I've really been taking to heart, and it's really been helping me a lot. So just thought I would share that with y'all. Maybe it can be a challenge for some of you ladies out there to bring out your Bible and maybe find a book that you've always really liked and just read it from the beginning. Once I'm done with Psalms, I might try something else and kind of go through there and look and see where I might want to start with and read on. So, but it's been a really good thing, and I felt a lot of positivity from reading that, and just been really happy lately as far as that. And I feel like some burdens have been lifted, so just trying to move forward with this new week, and good fall weather, you can't beat that. And spending time with my dogs and spending time with Sean when he gets home. And I think we might, he kind of mowed us, or mowed it down really, really fine to like, a path. And he did us a path out in our horse pasture where our horse Ginger's at. And it's just really pretty out there. And so I think me and him might try to take a walk this evening when he gets home. And I always bring my walking stick along so I have better balance, and better balance when I'm out there and that, and it helps me kind of get along better, move along better. But I feel like even if I hurt, it's good for me to get out there and keep moving. You should always, always keep moving, even if things hurt, because that'll help loosen it up and help. You don't want to just sit around and get stove up. So that would be my recommendation. Just keep moving and do everything that you can. Take breaks, take rest, do those things. But I am very much looking forward to taking a walk with him and kind of going out there and maybe seeing our horse and having her come up to us and pet her some. And I just love horses anyway. They're such beautiful creatures. They're just almost magical, and love horses. And I love my Jin Jin. She's just the prettiest horse. So but anyway, it's been nice talking to y'all today, and just kind of, like I said, wanted to update y'all on that. And I came across that really pretty song, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Just trying to think what else. Just enjoy the holiday coming up. Like I said, you'll hear me and my husband both talk about this. We're very much Christian people, but we're very much open-minded too with a lot of things. And I don't see Halloween as ever being bad or evil. It's what the person makes of it. It's what people do. It's not the holiday itself. And I look at it as this really beautiful time of year. It's fall. It's the end of harvest. It's the time in between, summer and winter. It's just this really cool, crisp, spending time outside. There's so much to enjoy with fall. And there's so much to enjoy with Halloween coming up. And it's just a good time of year too. And for me, it kind of kicks off the other, holidays that we have during the winter. When we get Thanksgiving will be the next coming up, and then Christmas, which is my favorite time of year too. So just everybody embrace it, enjoy the weather, enjoy your friends, family, those around you, enjoy your pets, they're your babies. Just pray for yourself, for things that's going on. Pray for me with this hearing and the results on that. And I guess I don't have too much more to talk about today. This one's probably just a little bit shorter than some of mine, but like I said, I wanted to get y'all updated on that. And I don't know anything yet, but for all my pink ladies that support and follow me, as soon as I know something, I will let you guys know. And just have a great week ahead of you, a good weekend coming up. For those of you that do like to go to like little festivals, and this is getting close to Halloween, we're gonna go next Saturday, the three of us, me, Sean, and we're gonna have Gabe. He likes to go too. But they're doing their Paranormal Expo up in Little Rock at MacArthur Park. And there's going to be all kinds of speakers. In fact, a good buddy, friend of my husband's, Robert Swain, he's usually a speaker up there. And he'll speak on Bigfoot, the cryptids, and things like that. He's wrote some books, too, on Bigfoot. But they'll usually have a lot of different guest speakers, vendors, people selling different things. Anything from jewelry to whatever, they'll have it out there. They'll have like a ton of vendors and food trucks and things like that. But it's a really good time. It's a good family outing if you've got, kids, family. It's just a fun thing to do. Me and Sean like to go if we can, and we all pretty much decided that we wanted to go this next Saturday coming up. So I think it'll be a fun time, and I'm looking forward to having a good week and getting towards the weekend again and going to that and going to church next Sunday, and we'll have Gabe with us, so should be a good time. So well, I guess I'm gonna get off here for now, and y'all, just like I said, have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching and tuning in, and hopefully it's helping you guys. It's helping me to speak my mind once a week when I get on here and clear what's on my chest and weighing on my heart, and hopefully it helps y'all too, or y'all might know people in similar situations, or you might be going through situations yourself. So let's just all have a wonderful week. Be there for each other, be a sisterhood, be our pink ladies. So I will talk to y'all next week. Bye.